for us. Politics, please. Hillary was pressed by Univision's Jorge Ramos during last night's debate. He asked, if indicted, would she drop out of the race? Listen to her response.
I think that what we've got here is a case of overclassification. I am not concerned about it. I am not worried about it. And no Democrat or American should be either.
The questions were, Secretary Clinton, the questions were, who gave you permission to operate? Was it President Obama?
There was no permission to be asked. It had been done by my predecessors. It was permitted. I didn't have to ask anyone.
If you get indicted, would you drop out?
Oh, for goodness, that is not going to happen. I'm not even answering that question.
Right, the audience was cheering, were they not? Let's see if Judge Andrew Napolitano is cheering along with the audience there.
Well, I'm sorry that she gave answers like that, because she knows that if she's indicted, she will be forced to drop out, and she knows that there's a substantial legal case being built against her by the FBI, which was listening to what she said last night. And she knows that the FBI will call her in and say, Mrs. Clinton, here's the evidence we have. Shall we present it to a grand jury, or do you want to work with us about it? And that's a Hobson's choice that she really doesn't ever want to make, and she'll be confronted with it and be forced to make it.
Why would she be forced to drop out if she's indicted? Who's forcing her?
Very good question. Politics will force her. The law will not force her. But the fact that an indicted human being out on bail and subject to the court, subject to the summons of the court on a moment's notice, is on a national political ticket, I think would cause even the Democrats to reconsider the wisdom of this.
Why would she be out on bail? You'd have to arrest her and charge her to do that.
She technically would be arrested, technically, at the time she appeared in court to plead not guilty.
That bad?
Yes, that bad. That bad. A mugshot and fingerprints.
Okay. What do you make of her response? She said, oh, that's... When she was asked, Jorge Ramos specifically went right there and he said, look, if indicted, are you going to drop out? And she said, oh, that's ridiculous. I'm not even going to answer the question.
I think when she says things like that, accompanied by what she said earlier, I neither sent nor received anything marked classified, when we all know that nothing is marked classified. It's a dog whistle to the FBI. It says to the FBI, her natural inclination is to lie. That will gin the FBI up. And she's smart. She must know this.
So far, it's just going right over the top. And a lot of Democrats, you heard the cheering there.
I don't think it's going over the top. The question that Jose Ramos asked, in my view, was the most important, profound, courageous question put to any political candidate in any of these debates. And, of course, I love our colleagues who did superb jobs with the debates, especially what Megyn Kelly went through with one of the debaters. But that question should be asked of Mrs. Clinton in every single remaining debate.
What, the question being, if indicted, will you drop out?
Yes.
That's the question?
Yes, that's the question.
Well, she's going to always respond in the same way.
The more she responds in that way, the less credibility she'll have.
Extraordinary. What a situation. I mean, have you ever...
Entirely brought on by herself. And comparing herself to Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell is ridiculous. They didn't have servers in their home. They didn't divert secret email streams to private servers.
You're slightly younger than I. Have you ever... have you ever seen an election like this?
No, and I think more surprises might still be coming.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It's just a gut feeling that I have, perhaps because I'm so youthful compared to you.
Thank you, Judge. What a pleasure it was.
Am I allowed back at the 11 o'clock hour?
Donald